who will lead things off here for Team Canada. The batting order for the defending champs, it's Walushka, Mark Johnson, who will play in left field, bats second. Blake Hunter, who has been ripping the cover off the ball here in the past week and a half, will bat third. Steve Mullally bats fourth. Derek Mason is your 5-hitter playing at third base. Andy Skelton bats sixth. Shane Boland will bat seventh. Brian Avery, the 8-hitter tonight for John Stewart and company. And Kevin Schellenberg rounds out the batting order. Colin Walsh gets the start. The youngster, the rookie, the first-timer, he'll get the nod for Team Canada in his first debut here against South Africa on the mound. The defense for South Africa, it's Javier Frost, who will play out in left field. Gareth McGregor Langley in center. Sikalabi Molokwan will be out in right field. Mohau Thupudi will be at third base. Brandon Bouillon at shortstop. Christopher Ban at second. Fomolo Polati will play at first base, and Isaiah Chapapi will be behind the plate. And Tadima Kakana works with first pitch called for ball one. We're underway, Joe, and it is 7:18 local time here in Whitehorse. Tadima works. That one's going to get a piece of Walushka, who will lead things off the hard way with a hit by pitch. And just like that, Joe, speed at the top of the order. Speed for Canada on the bases.
Again, you just do not want to give that extra base, that extra out to a team like Team Canada. They got a lot of offensive threats. Usually that comes back to bite you.
Into the dirt for ball one. Johnson making his debut for Team Canada on the world level. Has played at the Pan Ams before. This, though, marks first journey with Team Canada to a world championship. Bluff the run, line shot out to right field. That's going to fall in. Walushka coast to coast, corner to corner, standing up at third. And Canada strikes early. Runners on the corners.
Johnson took that pitch the other way. Drove a good line shot out to right field, moving Walushka over to third base.
And Blake Hunter, who has been on a tear, Joe, will come to the plate. Another rookie in the lineup for Team Canada. Walushka at the top, his first time with Team Canada, although he played with Team Canada junior squad in years past, his first time to the senior team. Right at the knees, called for a strike, as Blake Hunter takes for strike number one.
You talked about Blake Hunter having a big weekend, 10 for 17 last weekend, 3 doubles, a triple, 4 home runs, and 11 RBIs. A good weekend.
That's not bad to say the least, and right on that, fouls it up and out of play here on diamond number one. Just getting underway here from Whitehorse. Glad you've tuned us on here on Sports Canada TV. Hope you'll be with us all week, all night. We're not going anywhere till next Sunday afternoon when we declare a champion. Can't hold the swing. He did, says the first base umpire, Galip Somnes from Germany.
Tadima Kakano really wanted that pitch, really wanted that call. Got himself in a hole here. He'll need every strike he can get.
Infield plays in and misses up and out for a ball.
He's really working fast out on that mound. He needs to just focus a little bit and work on that plate.
Kakana down and into the dirt for a ball. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Hunter works himself into a hitter's count here. See what Johnson does with a full count. Runners on the corners here in the first inning. There he goes. Swing and a miss. Down on strikes goes Hunter on an inside drop ball, and he's the first out of the ball game.
Big strikeout there by Tadima Kakana. Very important to get that initial out and play with a little bit more confidence now.
So Steve Mullally now will come to the plate. Last time we saw Mullally in a Team Canada uniform at this tournament, he had all of 3 home runs in the championship ball game. And down and away for ball one.
Steve very close to that back of that batter's box. Wants to take advantage of that pitch from Kakana.
High rise for a ball. Good eye there from Mullally, 2-0. You better believe, and knowing Steve like we do, he's going to try and come out of his shoes on a swing here. Get the lumbar loose, if you will. Just has to stay within the ball, though, and drive it to the outfield. Right at the belt, called for a strike. 2-1.
Took a little bit off that pitch, which is something that Steve hadn't seen yet, so Steve saw quite an array of pitches now.
Bouillon and Ban, middle infielders creeping in. Mullally rips that on a line, tagging and rolling. Hard throw in, but not in time. And Walushka comes in to score on the sack line by Steve Mullally.
Good line shot by Mullally, but good placement by Gareth McGregor Langley. Didn't have to make a step, really. Had a good arm to home plate, too, so we'll keep an eye on that arm later on in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Showed that he's got the ability to throw it to the plate on the fly. And now Derek Mason will come to the plate. Derek not playing too far from home here in Whitehorse. Derek makes his home in Vancouver. 2 down here in the inning. Canada up by a score of 1-0. Runner on second and Mark Johnson. And into the dirt. Andy Skelton stands in the on-deck circle.
Mason, one of the batters, had a real good eye at the plate. Very patient.
Down and away for a ball. Two-0 count. Called for a strike.
One of those pitches that he was just gauging the speed there. So we'll see if he comes out of his shoes here.
Right back up the middle on a line. That'll score Johnson. Throw coming to the plate, not in time. Up the line, and Derek Mason starts his worlds off with an RBI single.
Good punch out there by Derek. Took that pitch by Tadima Kakana and just drove it out to center field. Nice level swing. Didn't try to overswing. Just took what the pitcher gave him.
So roll the lineup down now to the 6-hitter Andy Skelton. You can hear off in the distance, Joe, the Argentina team being introduced against Team USA, so that game will get underway momentarily. Two good ball games going on here to round out day number 1 of competition.
Great crowd here for the opening ceremonies, and a great opening ceremonies put forward by the host committee.
Andy works a 1-1 count. Down and away for ball 2. Like to roll this down to Shane Boland here and keep this inning going. Up and out.
And he's really worked himself into great shape now. He lost a lot of weight over the winter, and really worked on his upper body.
Good power through the ball, through the strike zone, and there's a good long cut from Skelton at the plate.
Needs a little bit quicker hands. Got a real long swing there. Got to shorten up on that swing.
3-2 count, off and going. Here will be Mason on the pitch. Kakana with it, and going to lift that up on the infield. Bouillon, he'll come in and make the grab for the last out of the inning. But Canada, they push 2 runs across on 2 hits, leave 1 on. We head to the bottom half of the first inning. It's 2-0 for Team Canada. Back with you here from Whitehorse in the Yukon Territory. Bottom half of the first inning coming up as South Africa will come to the plate. And it'll be Pomolo Pilati who will lead things off. The first baseman, Christopher Ban, will bat second. Duncan Small bats third. Brandon Bouillon will bat fourth. Sikalabi Mulakwan will bat fifth. Mohau Thupudi will bat sixth. Javier Frost will bat seventh. Gareth McGregor Landley will bat eighth. And rounding out the order is Isaiah Chapapi, the catcher, in the 9 spot. Defensively for Team Canada, Mark Johnson plays out in left field. Chris Walushka in center and Blake Hunter over in right field. Derek Mason at third. Kevin Schellenberg is at shortstop. Shane Boland at second. Steve Mullally over at first base. Brian Avery draws into the lineup tonight, and he'll do the catching to the rookie, the starter, and the newcomer, the kid, Colin Walsh.
You just wonder how many little butterflies are in that little stomach today.
Absolutely. I'm sure they're churning for the young Newfoundlander as he gets his first nod on Team Canada, the senior squad. Been with the junior team in past years. Finds himself thrust into the spotlight on day number 1.
South Africa trying to find a reply to those 2 runs put on the board by Team Canada.
So Pilati takes for strike, and there it is. Open it up for strike 1. Good start for Colin. Just drop it in. If not getting the start on day number 1's not enough. He was the flag bearer for Team Canada as well tonight. So he's working it all. Nice little break to that one from the left-hander. Quickly, 0-2.
Worked inside, worked outside, where he's coming now.
That one's going to get lifted up into right center. That's going to bounce 1 hop to the fence. Pilati, he's up into second, going to third. He'll get there standing with the leadoff triple.
Colin got a little bit too much of that plate with 2 strikes to that batter. Could have used a little bit outside, maybe worked a counter a little bit better.
Working away here. That's a good start for South Africa. What do you want to do, Joe, early when you give up 2? You want to have a reply of some sort, and that triple shows you're not going to go away. Playing a little small ball here maybe as a surprise as Christopher Ban tries to put that one down.
I'm kind of surprised, but again, we don't know the individual skill levels of all these players. Maybe bunting is his game. So if he's not that power hitter and doesn't have the ability to drive that ball.
Again, show the slap now. And back up the middle quickly, just like that, 1-2. And South Africa puts themselves up on the board here early in the bottom half of the inning.
Christopher Ban just shortened up his swing there and drove that ball right up the middle, scoring that first run by South Africa. They're now back in this game, 2-1. Team Canada looking for their first out.
Called for a strike. Again, turn to bunt and misses for a ball. And down and away. Duncan Small, the designated player tonight. He leads here for South Africa. Turn to bunt, and he puts it foul. Couldn't get it back in time as it goes for a strike here to the hitter.
Not a lot of technique, not a lot of good technique there by Small. Probably could have laid off that pitch. Might have got the ball count in his favor. A little bit on the inside on the hands.
Canada not wasting any time. Joe Justin Schofield down, warming up in the bullpen. And a little bouncer foul.
Again, Colin Walsh is looking a little nervous, maybe. just looking for that first out. If he gets that first out, he'll be fine.
Two count. Inside swing. Mason up on the second, not in time. Nice play by Derek Mason getting into the hole, backhanding it, and up on the second. Get the lead. Good D by Derek Mason.
But a good cover over at second base by Shane Boland, starting second baseman. Good toss over to first base, too. Just missed that second out on the relay order, Mullally.
So Brandon Bouillon now will come to the plate. Bouillon part of that middle infield for South Africa as that pitch misses from Colin Walsh. Kyle Smith-Joe Todd here with you on Sports Canada TV. And fouled off. Not getting cheated on their swings here, Joe, is this South Africa team. They aren't showing any sort of
they're very
nerves
active
against the defending champs.
They're very active, and as we talked about in the pregame, Canada has a target on their back. Everybody is going to be out after Canada when you're the defending champs.
Swing and a miss. Good lift from Colin on that pitch, and coming up empty was Bouillon. Walsh works, lifted, foul out of play.
One and two the count now.
Derek Mason not happy with the ball that was given to Colin Walsh. Brand new, he said. Two count as the rain falls here in Whitehorse. And lifted up on a plate. That looks to be another brand new ball. Two. And fouled off. Little check swing.
Really wide open stance there by Bouillon at the plate. You think something on the inside on his hands would really tie him up.
Walsh sets and deals. Down the line, that's a fair ball. Inside the bag, around into third. And feet first goes Duncan Small, and up to second goes Brandon Bouillon. And a double for Bouillon puts runners now on second and third. And Seklabi Mulakwan will come to the plate, but not before Dean Holine pays a visit to the mound.
Again, Dean just probably going out to try and calm him down. A few situations there, Collins got ahead in the count and just given too much of the plate back to the batter.
The way Justin Schofield is warming, Joe, you'd think that probably going to see him here at some point.
Yes, they won't wait too long here. Every game is important in this pool play. They're in a real tough pool here, too. Again, just one out here. Big inning. South Africa trying to find a reply. They've scored one run on the board so far.
Draw the infield in. And misses for a ball. Mulakwan, the right fielder. Big, lengthy step at the plate. Called to the corner for a strike. And time called, so Player and coach will get together over the signs. Walsh works. Turn to bunt, get it down and up on the line. Foul. Trying the safety squeeze here is.
Very aggressive. I like the call. Again, Team Canada now has to be a little bit more aware of the whole situation. Runners on second and third. And guy almost attempted to lay down a nice squeeze bunt there.
1-2, and that one to the outside. 2-2. Lifted up and out of play. Two pitch, runners on second and third. Yanked down and in. 1 run in. The wave around. Johnson now stop sign up. As Bouillon was coming across third and just put on the e-brake. So another run in, Joe, and they've tied this ball game. Has South Africa brought their bats with them? Has this squad in green. Now runners on the corners.
Team Canada won't be making too long of a decision here. That's the 4th hit that Colin Walsh has given up this inning. 2 singles, a double, and a triple.
And now Mohau Thupudi comes to the plate, tag, and they're going to call a foul ball. Now you got an out.
No, he called fair ball, I believe. No, I guess he said.
Oh, I guess they called. Oh no, they called a leadoff.
Oh, okay.
Called a leadoff on
Molokani.
Moloquan, sorry. So he's out on the leadoff. Thupudi still at the plate, and Canada's getting bunted on.
It's a break in Canada's favor there with that leadoff call. Well executed bunt by Thupudi.
And called a strike on the swing. Walsh offers the rise and a swing and a miss. Thupudi down on strikes. And for Team Canada, I think maybe, Joe, a wake-up call as South Africa strikes for 2 on 3 hits. They leave 1. The Canada gets a break on the leadoff and the strikeout to end it. We head to the top half of the second inning here on Sports Canada TV.
It wasn't a foul, is it? They call no. You get no count on the batter because he called leadoff. Yeah.
What did you mute?
I muted.
What did you mute?
Here and here.
Back here for the top half of the second inning. Called for a strike. Team Canada going to look to get back on the scorebook.
One and one now to Shane Bolin. Shane, a real good stick at the bottom part of that order today.
And at the knees, called for a strike. 1-2. Off the plate for a ball, 2-2. Schofield was warming up, so we'll keep an eye on that, Joe, as we move on through here. And Bolin going to lift that up and out of play.
Well, it won't take many pitches if he'll be required later on.
And skip it into the dirt. 2-2 count. 3 balls and 2.
3 balls, yeah. Should be a full count here.
And into the dirt. So Bolin draws a walk to lead things off.
Again, Team Canada come off that first inning with a hit by batsman. Now they lead off the top of the second with a walk. South Africa just making those little small mental mistakes, putting Team Canada in that spot where they have a chance to reply to those 2 runs back in the bottom of the first inning.
And misses to the opener for Brian Avery.
Avery got a lot of pump, a lot of power in those arms.
Right back to the mound. 1, 6, 3, call it 2. A double play, a nice turn by the pitcher. And to settle himself before throwing it. And 2 quick outs.
Well, you and I had seen that when South Africa were having their infield, how that middle infield had worked. They were nice and smooth taking their infield. Really turned that ball real quick.
Across the diamond came Bouillon. Took the throw from Kakana, and just like that, you erase that leadoff walk, and the number 9 hitter, Kevin Schellenberg, now at the plate. And foul it off. Swing and a miss. Down on strikes goes Schellenberg, and 1-2-3 goes Canada. And a quick inning as we'll head to the bottom half of the second inning. 2-2 here from Whitehorse. Back from Whitehorse here on Sports Canada TV. Kyle Smith, Joe Todd with you from Ballpark Broadcasting. First pitch, 1 out. Back to the mound and on to first from Javier Frost.
Again, a good play by Colin Walsh. Had himself in a great position after releasing that ball. Plays really good defense.
Walsh right there for called strike. And down and away.
Again, as Team Canada went in order, Team Canada trying to find the defensive side of the game.
Good rise from Colin and a swing and a miss by McGregor Langley. 1-2 count. Tried to rise again, this time doesn't offer.
Well, he's been successful on the rise ball. He's got burnt on that drop ball and the inside curve.
Outside, swing and a miss. Down on strikes goes McGregor Langley. Too quick out, Joe, and Colin Walsh may be finding a bit of rhythm here in the second inning.
Again, just trying to find his timing.
And a ball. Back in 2013, Joe, last time South Africa was here at the World Championships, they upset Team USA 5-3. So they've been in these big games, in these David versus Goliath games, and come up with wins before. So Canada have to be careful and work to their strengths here. 1-1 pitch, rise misses. Chipapi lays off as he's the 9 hitter in the order. And misses. 3-1.
Again, we talked about the South Africa team. They did not participate in Saskatoon, but they've been in 8 Men World Championships. Highest finish was 7th in 1976.
Running up full at 3-2 after that called second strike. And lifted foul. It's turning into a cool night here, Joe, so the ball's going to start to jump a bit more. And again, that one gets lifted foul at a play.
Those guys in that back row of the stands have to be aware of that. Colin Walsh working to a full count here. Want to get rid of this number 9 batter.
Good drop inside to the back foot, swing and a miss. Down goes Chipapi, and third strikeout for Colin sends us to the top half of the third. It's 2-2 Canada, South Africa on Sports Canada TV. One, two, three in the order here for Team Canada as we go into the top half of the third inning on Sports Canada TV. Walushka, Johnson, and Hunter will come to the plate. Chris was hit by a pitch his first time up. You could tell, Joe, on that last strikeout, the fans are trying to wake up here in Whitehorse.
Again, the crowd has stayed with us. The nice 2-2 score here now. It's a little cool night, but they're hanging in there.
2-2 in our game, 1-1 in the U.S.-Argentina game, as that one skips through the legs of Isaiah Chapapi. Trying to bunt is Walushka, and he gets through that. A lot of moving pieces to that one, Joe.
Yeah, I don't like seeing that many moving pieces. Obviously, you're trying to bunt for a single, trying to get yourself on and surprise, especially where that first baseman is playing. He's 6 feet or 7 feet off the line.
You turn on one down the line and get one there, but swing and a miss. And into the dirt. 3-2. Up the middle, Walushka gets a good bat and ball there, and up into first he goes. So Mark Johnson now comes to the plate at a hard hit single to right field, his first time up. Turning this lineup over for Team Canada. Inside for a ball.
Johnson's foot right on the back of that batter's box.
Mark uses every inch he can get. Walushka bluffs the go and takes for ball 2. Kakana misses for ball 3. Doesn't seem to be as much zip here now, Joe, as we work into the third.
No, he's kind of lost a little bit of his speed.
There comes back a little bit in right at the belt for a call to strike.
Took something off of that. Made sure he got that strike call.
Lifted foul, and off and going was Walushka.
Little hit and run there.
And lifted up on the right side. That's going to give chase the South African outfielders, and just bounces foul.
Johnson went to right field back in that first inning, so having a tendency to go that way. Just hasn't got the timing figured out on Kakani.
The 3-2 pitch. Yanked and just out of the glove of the third baseman, Thaputi. Skips away, another obstruction. John Stewart going to try and plead his case for the runner to come to third on the obstruction at second. That ball not getting far enough to give him another 60 feet. I give that a single, Joe. That's a hard hit ball from
so did I.
Mark Johnson.
Real tough.
Thaputi, nice job to get a glove on it, knock it down, keep it on the infield.
Thaputi was in good position, but it was a rifle off that bat.
So now Blake Hunter, who struck out back in the first inning, he got a piece of that. He's going to send that into the charge to the wall. See ya! A 3-run shot for Blake Hunter. Jumps this to a 5-2 ball game.
Blake Hunter staying on that roll from last weekend down in Vancouver. 3 big RBIs there to give Canada a 5-2 lead here in the top of the third inning.
That pitch there from Kakana caught a lot of the plate, right belt high, and punter did not miss. He drove that to center field and gives this crowd some life here on Friday night. And now Steve Mullally will come to the plate. He struck one hard on a line back in the first. Down to third it goes. And up on to first on a 5-3 putout.
Good gun there by Thaputi, getting that ball over to first base.
So Derek Mason now, he had an RBI single in the first inning. He'll come to the plate looking to start another roll here for Canada. To the corner for a strike. Mason didn't appreciate that one, but still a 1-1 count. And outside misses, 2-1. Lots of chatter on the South African infield, Joe. You hear lots of calls from the third baseman, Mohau Thaputi, trying to work one to their favor as that one skips away, 3-1.
Mason taking very good advantage of making sure Kakana throws a lot of pitches here in this inning.
Derek gets a piece of that, fouls it off. Tadima Kakana. And it gets fouled off.
Good pitch to stay alive with, though, with Derek Mason. Able to fight off that pitch. You got a full count now. Anything close to that plate, he's got to be swinging.
Goes the other way. That one takes a bad hop on Bullion, and up into first goes Derek Mason. And again, another obstruction call as Mason rounded first. So the South African infielders are playing tight to the bags here against Team Canada. But the boys in blue have been right on the spot with the calls. And to the edge for a called strike. Down and away for a ball. Skelton waited back on that. You could see him reload. That one goes up the elevator shaft and out into center as Bullion makes the grab. Sky high by Andy Skelton.
Second pop up to the shortstop for Andy Skelton. Shane Bolin now the batter with 2 out.
Bolin worked a walk his last time up. First pitch swinging, he'll drop that in for a base hit to center. Mason around a third standing. And Shane Bolin picks up his first hit of the 2017 World Championship.
Again, Kakana just got too much of that plate. Shane Bolin, a well-respected, good power hitter, just took what Kakana offered him and drove it out to center field. Brian Avery now the batter, the catcher for Team Canada.
He had a good hard hit, Joe, right back up the middle, but a nice play by Kakana. And Out comes the head coach for South Africa. Fortius Da will make a visit to the mound. Canada got a little bit more going here now with 2 down in the inning. Trying to extend this lead past 5-2.
Head coach South Africa just wants to calm his team down. Team Canada taking that 3-run lead here back from that tie ball game. Just looking for that third out of the game of this inning.
Kakana. And to the corner for a strike. Rise gets away from the catcher, back to the screen to third, coast to coast. Didn't get the tag down, and Bolin heads up base running. Gets to third on the pass ball. Mason comes in to score.
Again, good read by Mason. Oh, that wild pitch had a couple steps off the bag and then saw that the ball was deep into the fence. Mason scoring easily, and good aggressive base running by Shane Bolin.
And I don't know, Joe, if you guys have talked about it on your other broadcasts. I know I haven't, but we're playing with a pretty deep fence here in the White Horse Complex at the Pepsi Center, so that could come into play here throughout the week as that one got to the backstop, and Derek Mason comes in to score. And Avery tries to get up after it, comes up empty. But Canada strike for 4 here and take a 6-2 lead as we head to the bottom half of the third inning on Sports Canada TV. Bottom half of the third will go here on Sports Canada TV. Kyle Smith, Joe Todd here with you from Ballpark Broadcasting. Top half of the order now for South Africa. Pamalo Palmati will lead things off. Christopher Ban and Duncan Small due to the plate. Off-speed change, dropped it in for a strike. Colin Walsh has that in his back pocket, Joe, and now's a good time to start to mix it in.
Well, this top part of the order was the part that put South Africa back into this game. We'll see if they can be that power piece that South Africa coaching staff is looking for.
Top half of the third, it's still 1-1 U.S. and Argentina, as that one misses from Colin Walsh.
Schofield back in the bullpen.
And a called strike again on the change. Two count here to the leadoff man, Palmati. And he'll give that a little flare out to left field. Over goes Schellenberg. Nice basket catch made by the shortstop for Team Canada.
Great play by Schellenberg to collar that one in, I'm going to say. There's no way Mark Johnson was going to get to that ball.
And Ban comes to the plate. He had an RBI single. Little long cut from Christopher. Shortened the stroke. Mason reached for it, got it, and on to first. Nice play by Derek. That's 2 tonight, Joe. Defensive gloves for Derek Mason.
Good steady performer over there at that third bag.
Ban tried to shorten his grip right before the pitch, and Mason was Johnny on the spot. Rise ball misses to Small. He had a fielder's choice as he was the last defensive play that Mason made up in the middle. And him and Schellenberg talking about that just now. To the corner for a strike. Colin leans back and drives forward. 3 little bounces over to Bolin, underhand to Mullally, and a neat and tidy 1-2-3 inning. Heads us to the top half of the 4th on Sports Canada TV. Kevin Schellenberg will lead things off here for Team Canada from the 9 spot. Then back to the order we go with Walushka and Johnson behind him. 6-2 in favor of Team Canada here as we play in the top half of the 4th inning. And that one misses from Tadima Kakana. Comes to the corner for a called strike. We're with you all week from start to finish and everything in between as Schellenberg lifts that out to the right field corner, and making the catch on the run is Moloquan.
A lot of power out of that. Number 9. Schellenberg really took that ball deep out to right field.
And now Chris Walushka will come to the plate for the 3rd time. 2 runs scored, a hit batsman and a single for Chris in his senior club debut. Rise ball misses well out of the zone for ball 1. Joe, want to take a minute and talk a little bit about the high performance program from the WBSC, part of that Growing the Game initiative, investing in our future. Tonight, Adam Folkard is putting on a pitching clinic with Hong Kong, Turkey, and India over on one of the practice diamonds. So that's really great to see, is investing in these teams that are new to the game and new to the senior circuit and getting the number 1 pitcher in the world involved and growing and trying to help those players. And we said earlier with New Zealand and their big win, turning around and working with India after that game. No, excuse me. Working with Hong Kong after, no, Turkey. After their game. I'll get it right at some point. And they ran through about a 20-minute training session. So it was nice to see an off and going dead ball, and Walushka is going to be called out for a leadoff, and not going to disagree with Somnez on that one, as Chris was off and moving well early before that ball come off. Draws the ire of the crowd. But I don't know, Joe. If Chris wasn't out for leadoff, that is mighty timed. But he looked to be about 2 steps off the bag before Kakana had let go of that pitch. So no pitch to Johnson.
I know I wasn't arguing it.
That one a ball to Mark. So count just 1 ball, no strikes.
Walushka got on by a nice power single right up the middle. Good leadoff batter tonight for Team Canada.
Just needed to put out the parachute for 1 extra second before hitting the go button. 2-0 count here for Mark Johnson. He'll take right across the belt for called a strike. 2-1. Mark, one of those patient hitters. He'll make you throw him a strike before he gets to 1. Now he takes for ball 3. 3-1.
Casey Waite, the home plate umpire, has been very consistent behind the plate tonight. Casey coming from the United States.
And now I'm going to get lifted up on the infield. And played by Pilati for the 3rd out of the inning. Canada a 1-2-3, but they get 1 hit. The leadoff thwarts their attempt, and we head to the bottom half of the 4th on Sports Canada TV. Pitching change for Team Canada, as you see number 41, Justin Schofield on the mound. He comes on in relief from Colin Walsh here now in the 4th inning. Ryan Boland checks into the ball game behind the plate for Brian Avery. So a different look from Team Canada as Justin Schofield, the hard-throwing righty, gets up after you. And the veteran Boland will call the pitches behind the plate. Called a strike, dropped it in on the change. And if that's working for Justin, he is going to be tough to hit because it makes everything look a lot harder.
Again, that's a great pitch. Good call there by Ryan Boland.
Hard rise, check the swing, didn't go. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Down on strikes. A good drop from Justin Schofield. We'll take care of Brandon Bouillon, who will lead things off. So Sekalabi Molokwan will come to the plate with one down in the inning. And a called strike.
Pitching line for Colin Walsh, 3 innings, 2 runs, 4 hits, 3 Ks, no walks.
And a swing and a miss by Molokwan. An RBI single back in the first inning off of Colin. Shows the bunt. Takes. Called strike 3. Down on strikes goes Molokwan, and 2 down in the inning.
Back-to-back strikeouts. Exactly what the Team Canada coaching staff were looking for. Wanted a couple quick innings here.
Schofield offers the rise. Mason tries to find his way to the fence, and it's out of play. Casey Waite going to actually throw that ball out. Looks like it's got a nick on it.
Might have been scarred because it did catch the top part of the fence.
Justin back to work. Off speed change, swing and a miss.
Great pitch.
It looks the same coming out of the hand, and then it just dies on you. 0-2 now. Ball in from
Nothing changes in his windup. Just a great changeup. Release point stays the same. Arm motion stays the same.
Misses for a ball.
And Ryan Bolin not afraid to call it back there. Probably about 6 changeups so far this inning.
Swing and a miss. Rise ball down on strikes. 1-2-3. Schofield does it himself. We head to the top half of the 5th on Sports Canada TV. Blake Hunter will lead things off here for Team Canada in the 5th inning. Hunter was the one that brought this crowd alive with that 3-run shot his last time up.
Blake is on a roll right now, coming out of that number 3 hole for Team Canada. Very important to see if we can get something started here in the top of the 5th inning.
And the rise ball misses. Joe, an update from the other diamond. It's 2-1 now in favor of Argentina over top of the United States. And ball 4 to Hunter, so he draws the leadoff walk. Steve Mullally now will come to the plate.
Steve looking for his first hit of the game. 0 for 1. Did have a sacrifice fly back in the first inning. Drove in Chris Walushka.
Mullally had the hard line in that grounder like you talked about, Joe, and there's a big heavy cut to get the lumbar loose.
He wants to contribute to that lineup.
And as much as he can go 0 for 2 and look not good those first 2 times up, he'll clean it up and drive one on you. And that rise misses. There's a line shot. That'll fall in for a base hit. Hunter, he's going to get around into third. Stop sign up. Mullally getting up into second. So just as we said, he can look like that and 0 for 2, break out and have a good hard hit by Steve Mullally. And that, Joe, will do it for Tadima Kakana.
Kakana pitched well, though. I was very impressed. He kept him in the game. That's the 8th hit today that he had given up.
So Francois Stein will come in relief. So a new look for South Africa. Canada bring their first 2 runners to the bases, so you'd have to think, Joe, they're starting to think about flirting with that run rule here. It's within a reach and a swing of a bat here from Derek Mason. And right on the plate for call to strike. Team Botswana looks as though they're ready to head for the hotel, head home for the night. And lifted foul at a plate. Lots of teams hanging around, Joe, after the opening ceremonies and taking in the night action.
It's really cooled off a little bit here in the last hour or so, but the rain has stayed away.
It's a good thing we got a lot of hot air up here in the booth. We'll stay warm.
Lot of hot air.
And that one through the wickets. Here comes Hunter. He's going to score standing on a pass ball.
Again, just good base running there by Team Canada. Making aware that Chapapi had let that ball slide through his legs. Blake Hunter a little bit quick off that bag, and Mullally advancing to third too.
And Chapapi not really aware that it had squeaked through right away, so he was a little slow to react. And right on through goes Derek Mason for out number 1. So Andy Skelton now will come to the plate. And called a strike. Steve Mullally at third. Inside misses. Andy trying to settle himself, takes a few extra breaths, deep breaths in between. 1-1 count. And a long stroke from Andy. Comes up empty. 1-2. Skelton will lift that foul on the left side. Stein offers, and Skelton will lift that up, trying to find his way to the fence and have a play on it. It ricochets off the fan down in front. And the youngster comes up with it with a big smile on his face. Now somebody will have to go and tell him and break his heart that we need the ball back.
Yeah.
I'll leave that to Echo. 1-2 count. Just off the corner for ball 2. And misses for ball 3. 3-2.
And he wants to be real aggressive here. Anything close to that plate, you got to protect.
And he just flares that foul. Almost a defensive swing there from Andy.
Well, it's a good fight up there. You got to fight those pitches off till you get your pitch.
Yanked down the line and foul. That had a good hook on it right from the bat.
Good turn by Andy there. Nice level swing. Rolled his wrist and brought his hands through. Just a little bit too early, that's all.
Stein works. Down and away, swing and a miss by Andy Skelton. Down he goes. We'll bring Shane Bolin now to the plate. As Stein comes set. Bolin takes for a ball.
Stein being very careful with Bolin.
Francois, he'll come set. And misses for ball 2. Misses. Down and away. 3-0 now. Shane probably going to glue that bat to his shoulder, and
Yeah, you won't be thinking, won't be getting any green lights here.
and called for a strike. Shano thought maybe he had a walk drawn, but he'll put the brake on and stand there and take another. 3-1 count here. We'll send that skyward. In comes Pilati, and he'll make the grab for the third out. First 2 on, 1 run in, and bring in Francois Stein. He shuts the door on Team Canada. We head to the top half of the 6th. 7-2 Canada on Sports Canada TV. Justin Schofield on for his second inning of work here, and he was rather brief back in his fourth inning of work. It was up and down on K's for South Africa. Now it'll be Frost, McGregor Langley, and Chapapi who will come to the plate. Bunt down, it'll roll foul.
The pitching line for starter South Africa, Tadimi Kanakana. 7 runs, 8 hits, 3 Ks, 1 hit batsman, and 2 walks in his 4 innings of work.
I'd be about 4+ with those 2 runners that got on.
All right.
But still a good showing from Kakana. He held the minute as long as he could and then just started catching a lot of the plate as it wore on. Inside corner for a strike. Schofield with a 1-2 count. Rise ball, swing and a miss. Down on strikes goes Xavier Frost.
4th consecutive strikeout by Justin Schofield.
And I think we're going to see a pinch hitter here, Joe.
16.
Pokani Mapedo will come to the plate. Misses the opener for a ball. That one goes right square off the mask of Ryan Boland. Gives him a bit of a wake-up call, I'm sure.
Good call there by Casey Wade, home plate umpire, giving Ryan Boland, his protector, a little breather and a little bit of time to regroup.
1-1 count. And called for a strike, 1-2. Schofield, swing and a miss. Good catch and squeeze by Boland behind the plate.
Nice.
5 strikeouts for Justin.
Nice roll here by Schofield.
Good showing in his debut with the Canadian national team. And drop the change in for a strike.
Justin and Ryan Boland are both on that same page right now. They're working in great harmony.
Argentina takes a 4-1 lead after a double by Lombardo. Makes it 4-2, and that one misses from Schofield. And called a strike. 2-2. That Francisco Lombardo pinch hit, bases loaded double, Joe, scores 2 and made it 4-1. And another strikeout by Justin Schofield has that change working. up and down 2 times now as strikeout number 6 for Justin. And down in order goes South Africa. We head to the top half of the 6th on Sports Canada TV. Back here on Sports Canada TV, and we want to give a big thanks to our crew here from Sports Canada. Our great director over to our left, Adam Donnelly, he's giving you all the looks and views. Jillian Landrigan over behind home plate working on the camera. Elliot Gutierrez is out in center field, and you may have seen Princess Tommy, Tom Malinchuk, working over on the third base side in the in-between shot. Part of our great crew, and we're here all week working with you and bringing you the sights and sounds from Whitehorse. Francois Stein offers Ryan Bolin his first pitch, and it gets fouled out of play.
No matter which team you're following, stay tuned to Sport TV Canada and Ballpark Broadcasting all week. Canada's next game will be tomorrow night at 7 o'clock against Argentina. South Africa's next game will be 12:30 tomorrow afternoon against the Dominican Republic.
And into the dirt for ball 1. You too, Jace. That one gets lifted up, under it, and makes the grab. Does Chapapi for out number 1. So Kevin Schellenberg now will come to the plate, 0 for 2. Fouled it off. Just in for a ball. One count here in the top half of the 6th. Then Schellenberg late and lays off that one for ball 2. Little bouncer. Nice play by Bouillon on to first base for out number 2. 6-3 the short way brings Walushka to the plate. Chris 2 for 2 with the hit batsman and was called out on the leadoff back in the 4th inning.
Center fielder Gareth McGregor Langley has re-entered the game back in this defensive spot back in center field.
Straight on back as that one gets fouled off. And misses. Foul that one off. 1-2. Luska just missing on those offerings from Stein.
Verlushka's been on base all 3 times tonight. Great leadoff batter.
Little bouncer back to the mound, on over to first, and neat and tidy 1-2-3 inning for South Africa as they dispose of Team Canada here in the top half of the 6th. We'll come back with the bottom and more. Live from Whitehorse at the 2017 WBSC Men's World Softball Championship. Bottom half of the 6th, and Paloma Pilati will come to the plate, taking on the juggernaut that is Justin Schofield. Francois Dow will come down and talk with Casey Waite. Maybe about a pitching change or a change maybe they didn't get.
No, he did not re-enter Langley at the plate, but he doesn't really have to till he comes back up to the bat, I believe is the ruling.
Defensively, if you make a play, you got to be re-entered. And that one back over goes Mason. He'll make the grab for the out.
Yeah, they do. That's correct. Probably they do keep track of the defensive assists, so.
Nice play by Mason getting over to the screen. Brings Christopher Band to the plate. Showing a little bit of a slap walk through the batter's box.
Like that high cut sock showing there by the batter, Christopher Band.
And again, that slap goes foul. And a called strike. Band trying to start. One down in the inning. Choked up again and misses from Schofield, 2-2. Called strike 3. Down goes Ban. 7 now for Justin. 2 down in the inning. And called a strike. Swing and a miss by Small as he comes up empty.
Great pitch location there. Kept the ball low and in the strike zone. Just a different pitch shown by Justin Schofield.
And called strike 3. Down goes Duncan Small looking. 8 strikeouts for Justin. Up and down, neat and tidy to the top half of the 7th. Team Canada coming to the plate on Sports Canada TV. Mark Johnson will lead things off here for Canada in the top half of the 7th inning. (7-2) in favor of Team Canada. Johnson had a good night at the plate. 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored and a stolen base. Misses for ball 2. Johnson sends that to the midnight sun, clears the outer wall. See ya! A solo shot, a big one by Mark Johnson. 8-2 Canada.
Big power drive there by Mark Johnson. Towering that ball over that big, I'm going to say 20-foot fence in center field, going over the top of the scoreboard.
That one went 300 feet plus, Joe.
He got all of that.
And now Blake Hunter follows suit. He sends a moonshot off the fence and the screen above. Back-to-back home runs for Team Canada here in the 7th.
Blake Hunter replicating the big power hit by Mark Johnson. So Blake Hunter having a big night too. 2 for 3 with 2 home runs, 4 RBIs, a walk, 3 runs scored. Steve Mullally now coming to the plate for Team Canada.
And he can do just as much.
Whatever you can do, I can do better.
And that one split the middle of the plate for called strike 1. And called strike 2. You can see on Mullally's face, he'd like that one back. Reaching and spoiling it off. Misses for a ball. 1-2. Mullally lifts in that one out to right field. On the run, makes the grab, does Moloquan, and out number one for South Africa here. And Derek Mason comes to the plate, 2 for 3, 2 singles and a strikeout for Mace. Fouled off, and that one, Joe, was coming right for us, so glad you got your glove with you.
Oh, yeah. But a good twist and a good turn of the hands there by Derek Mason. Just missed that pitch.
0-1. Takes a bit off and fills it up for strike 2.
What's he going to come back with here now? 2-strike count.
Outside, misses for a ball. One-two count. Into the dirt for ball 2. 2-2.
Count back in Mason's favor now.
Just off for ball 3, and Stein turns his back wanting that pitch.
Good eye at the plate there by Mason. Ball just a little bit off the plate. Working him down to a full count.
Inside, ball 4, and 1-out walk to Derek Mason brings Andy Skelton to the plate. Skelton 0 for 3 with a pop out, a fly out, and a strikeout for Andy tonight. He's trying to get his World Championships off with a bang. Opener misses for ball 1. Called a strike. Evens it up at 1s. One pitch. Misses for ball 2.
Good center field shot there on our Sport TV Canada crew.
Inside for strike 2. 2-2. Andy turned away from it. Two pitch. Down the line and fair. Skelton puts it into the corner. Mason, he's up into third standing. And Andy Skelton gets a 1-out double.
Good power shot there by Andy. Picking up his first hit of the game. Good follow through, pulling that ball right down the line. First baseman Filati playing 6 or 8 feet off the line, had no chance of that.
Definitely plays well off, I think even more so, Joe, than what you're used to seeing. And to the backstop, nothing doing as it quick came right back to Chapapi. Two-0 pitch. Handcuffs Chapapi and run it up now 3-0.
Poppy's work deep in the counts this inning. Sorry, Stein's work deep in the counts.
And a called strike, 3-1. Nice play. Got Mason in a bit of a pickle, but couldn't keep his feet. Chapapi as he goes down, and Mason back head first at third. Another good solid play by Thaputi to knock that ball down and keep it on the infield. Ryan Bolin now will come to the plate. He popped out his first time up. Ryan gets a charge, sends that to the wall, caught on the line, and Mason up into third, or rather into score, and Skelton up to third.
Ryan had a lot of altitude on that ball. Just didn't have enough drive to put it over that fence for that power, but did bring in the third baseman, Derek Mason.
So 9-2 now in favor. 9-10, excuse me. Scoreboard one behind, but our board is right on the money. So 10-2 in favor of Team Canada. As Kevin Schellenberg swings on through.
Shelley wants to contribute here, looking for his first hit.
Stein misses with that rise. Gets down after it, but right to Bouillon on to first. Quick hands, quick feet, and away we go to the bottom half of the seventh inning. Team Canada, they push across 3 runs and make it 10-2 now in favor of the host team. We'll head to the bottom half of the seventh. South Africa coming to the plate. Back here with the bottom of the seventh inning. Brandon Bouillon will lead things off, followed by Molo Kwan and Thaputi due up for South Africa. And called a strike.
Schofield's done a great job coming off the bench. South Africa has not seen a base runner at first base.
Only put bat on ball once, Joe. And that was that little flare that Mason ranged to the fence to get. Everything else has been strikeouts for Justin. 8 of them here tonight. Three ball one. And fouled off 3-2.
Good turn by Bouillon at the home plate. Good quick hands. Great
swing and a miss.
Great call. Great call, Ryan. Just affected his timing. Bouillon had that big swing before, and then that changeup just tied him right up.
He is not afraid to throw it at any count, and that has led to his success tonight. 9 strikeouts on 10 batters faced. Schofield wanting to tuck his jersey back in, so time called. Swing and a miss, good rise. Oh, 2 pitch. Just off for ball 1.
It was just those 2 runs and 4 hits back by South Africa back in that first inning. The only inning that Team Canada relinquished the runs in the whole game.
Yeah, after that, it's been all academic, and Colin Walsh settling in, getting rid of the jitters. Maybe that's what it was, first inning jitters, and another strikeout by Justin Schofield. That's number 10. 2 down. Down to their third out here is South Africa, and Thapudi trying to reach base for the first time. And a hard one coming right at him. Says, here it is, hit it if you can. And strike 2 to the inside corner. Ended on a change, Joe, after 2 hard ones.
He'll probably come back with another hard one, I would.
0-2. Down and into the dirt. Got a piece of Ryan Bolin. Definitely brought the hard stuff. Ryan fires his seed back to the mound. 1-2. And strike 3, tag him. He gone. 11 strikeouts for Justin Schofield to come on in relief and shut the door. After the first inning, it was up and down, and Canada picks up a big 10-2 win when all said and done. Maybe a little bit of a wake-up call in the first inning for the team in white as they open up their defense of their World Championship.
Tomorrow night, Team Canada will play Argentina at 7 o'clock. South Africa's next game will be at 12:30 tomorrow afternoon against the Dominican Republic. Great game tonight. Stay with us all day tomorrow. Go ahead.
Well, we're not done yet. Still got Argentina and United States happening over on diamond number 2. So flip the switch, head on over there. But for now, for Ballpark Broadcasting, Joe Todd, Kyle Smith, Chris Abbott, Jim Flanagan, Jason Gerbies, Blair Setford back at the ranch, Steve Sabrin, and for everyone at Sports Canada TV, I'm Kyle Smith. So long from Whitehorse. You've been watching a proud presentation of the 2017 Men's World Softball Championship exclusively on Sports Canada TV.